In this video, I'm going to go back to the bubble sort from a previous video. Just talk real quick about a slight improvement we can make to this bubble sort. Now, bubble sorts are not efficient, and I can kind of show you what I mean by that. So, for fun, let's just keep track of how many comparisons are made in this algorithm. So, I'm going to make a variable to store a count. And after each comparison, I'm going to increment it. And then when we're all done, let's just print it out. So you can see how many times this inner comparison happens. So our array has 5 elements. And when I run this, we see we get a count of 20. So to sort these 5 items, we had to do 20 comparisons. Doesn't sound like a lot, but let's just add one more. So by adding one more element, we added 10 more comparisons. Let's do another one. So by adding in one more, we got 12 more. As you can see, if we did a few, so there's 12 elements now. Now that we have 12 elements, we are comparing 132 times, as opposed to 20 when there was only 5. So this is exponential growth, and if you're dealing with large numbers, this gets out of hand real quick. So one of the improvements you can make to just the basic bubble sort is if we scroll through the data here as it's sorting, after this inner for loop runs each time, there's one more number that is bubbled out to the end of the array and is in order. So one thing we can do right off the bat to make this just a little bit better is instead of continuing through the entire array each time, we can go through one less than we did the previous time. So by adding a minus j to our inner for loop, so we do length minus 1, that's the entire array. But if we also minus j, then every time we run through the outer for loop, we'll go through the inner for loop one less time. So first pass through, j is 0, so has no effect, and you go all the way through the end of the array. Second time through the outer for loop, j is 1, so now the length minus 1 leaves the last 2 elements alone, and so on until you get all the way down. So effectively, this inner for loop every time runs one less. So let's just run this. So the last time we had 132 comparisons. Let's run this again with just that one change. And we cut it in half essentially. So 66 comparisons. Everything still left in order. But just by adding that minus j in that inner for loop, we cut the number of comparisons in half.